Hello, football fans. Another week in the books, and that means that we have Tony Parlay with us with his QB analysis from week 3. Tony, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming back to our little fireside chat here. Nice and warm. Get a little roasty. How are you doing on this brisk Saturday morning?
Very warm here in this fireside chat. I appreciate the warm welcome there. Gonna go ahead and get warmed up for some of these takes. I'm assuming that I'm gonna lay out for you guys.
So yeah, let's get it a little warmer out here. I'm sure you got some hot takes. Give us your hottest QB from week 3 that you're gonna give analysis from. Who's on that list that you think is gonna cause some controversy?
The hottest one I would say is probably gonna be that I gotta criticize Patrick Mahomes. I'll start there. And it feels foolish. I'm trying to tell Michelangelo how to paint here. But I'm telling you, the man, it's stressful to watch him play because I feel like when I'm watching him play of late, he's trying to win the game on every single pass and like throw these ridiculous bombs, which has worked for him in the past. So I understand why he's going to this, but that you cannot constantly roll out and throw like 50 to 60-yard bombs and consistently beat NFL defenses. I think that they figured out that they're going to take away that, and he needs to get a little bit more easy passes. He needs to get some more like dump offs, some screen action, some slants, some smaller passes to get the defense a little bit, lull them into a false sense of security. That's basically what I've seen in that Chargers game. I did go ahead and note here, after he did struggle so much in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, where he had like the most pressures in Super Bowl history, teams have really started to copy that formula that the Bucs used, where they're going to keep two safeties back. So they're just not going to let that deep ball happen, which is primarily the strength of Tyreek Hill and his connection there. And if you can go ahead and mitigate Travis Kelce over the middle of the field like the Chargers were able to this past weekend with Derwin James. Granted, not many teams have a Derwin James that can cover Travis Kelce one-on-one. It really makes the Chiefs much more one-dimensional, where all they do is throw deep. They don't really run the ball to create that like run-pass balance, and it really makes them easy to game plan for. And so I really think that maybe some easier passes, tight end screens, some wide receiver screens, something to get the ball in the playmakers' hands before they're running 15, 20 yards downfield will go ahead and help the Chiefs.
So to play devil's advocate here, wouldn't you say that maybe it's not necessarily Patrick Mahomes? He has done so well over the last couple of years that maybe our standard for his play is at such high levels that we're fooling ourselves. Like, isn't he essentially doing what any of the 32 teams would ask of their NFL quarterback in games? Like, shouldn't most of this pressure and criticism fall on the Kansas City Chiefs defense rather than Patrick Mahomes himself? Thoughts on that?
I could understand that. The defense has really missed a step. You can tell that they're giving up a bunch of points a game, putting the offense in that position to where he does have to go ahead and put on the cape and rescue them and throw these ridiculous passes. But I would go ahead and counter that to say I saw Aaron Rodgers improve a lot from the Packers once they started to implement the run game with Aaron Jones and make a lot more easier passes for him and use play action more, because that helps all quarterbacks. And if you have an elite quarterback, it's just going to make it even easier for him.
Also helps to have Kyle Shanahan forget clock management, but we will address that in a different episode. Who is your number 2 quarterback that you want to analyze, that you've thrown through the process over the week, tested, gone through the chem lab? Who's number 2?
Whoo, Derek Carr. Let me tell you, watching that man is buying a ticket for a roller coaster ride, because that man does not convert first and second downs very often. He likes that suspense to build up like a cinematic director. And he's just like, oh, is it third down? Is it fourth down? Okay, now I'm stepping up my game. Now let's go ahead and throw these ridiculous passes. Like, I'm in shock watching him, because it doesn't seem like the Derek Carr that I'm used to seeing, where He's like calculated, dinking and dunking. Just, oh, I got this completion here. Oh, here we go. Darren Waller right over the middle. Now he's just like, he's unlocked and he has like the whole field. They've really like complemented his skill set. They've got Brian Edwards, Henry Ruggs on the outside. They've also got Darren Waller in the middle. And then this freaking Hunter Renfrow guy, dude, is just, he gets open. He just gets open over the middle of the field, and it just gives him so many options. And I just didn't have very high expectations on the Raiders. I mean, John Gruden really hasn't been too successful in this comeback. He hasn't won too many games. Derek Carr has truly been like an elite passer this season. Watching him, he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Month. He's definitely in the MVP conversation. The Raiders are undefeated, and he's just like dialing it up. He's throwing the ball deep. He's got like 9.1 yards per pass attempt. It's in top 10 in the league. It's an improvement from every single year that he's been in the league. It's that's almost a first down every time he drops back, which it's really, really difficult to game plan for. And he's definitely been someone I've been impressed by his upgrades on the roster and his ability to go ahead and use those talented players.
I would say Derek Carr most likely made a deal with the same sorcerer that gave Ben Roethlisberger his powers. Big Ben, he seems to have lost it this year, and Derek Carr seems to have picked it up where Big Ben has lost it. Like you said, third downs, you just can't count that guy. And hell, even on fourth downs this season, the Raiders have just been able to convert. Truly one of the surprises of the season, I would say. My biggest hesitation with Derek Carr is got to see some consistency out of him. Let's see like this product over a complete season. I mean, even Rich Gannon was able to compile at least one good season. I hope that Derek Carr could do the same. Has not been able to do that so far. So next, who is your final QB you want to throw in through analysis for week 3?
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow coming up clutch consistently. The thing that I noticed the most, I was noting down here, he hasn't even played a full season. He's got 14 starts. He is just really, really sharp from the shoulders up. He makes all the right calls. He checks. He gets the line in the right position to block. He goes ahead and audibles into the winning play calls more often than not. We saw that this past Thursday against the Jaguars. I saw that a couple weeks ago in week 1 against Minnesota. He just knows how to play quarterback. And the fact that he has so much confidence in the pocket, despite having that injury where he's coming back from, where he got injured in the pocket last year, and he has like no fear at all these guys diving around his feet, diving around his knees, and he just has this pocket like I don't even think a pocket movement is maybe what you would call it. He's just so confident. It definitely is reminiscent of his LSU days. They reunited him with Jamar Chase. That seemed to go ahead and improve his confidence, and he's just been very impressive, and he's making all the right reads. I would say that he just seems to be getting better with every single game since he has a very bright future.
I'd say that I'd push back that yes, he seems a little slower these days. Like you flush him out of the pocket, it's a different story with that guy. So hopefully he does improve in terms of that. Actually can stay healthy this year. But yeah, Joe Burrow has been huge. He's still very much Trevor Lawrence's daddy, as we saw with Thursday Night Football. Sorry, Urban Meyer. Try again. Awesome. Well, thank you for your QB analysis for week 3. We're going to look forward to it in week 4. And where can the fine folks find some more of your other analysis on the interwebs?
TonyParlay.com, baby. TonyParlay.com. That's where all right. The picks and analysis will be.
In real time, where can they find you? Social media? They find you on Twitter?
Yep. I'm in the Twitterverse at Tony Parlay as well.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Parlay, for joining us for this fireside chat, giving us your QB analysis of week 3. We appreciate the time, and we'll see you and our audience next week as we get your analysis for week 4. And be sure to catch our other episodes here on The Hate Watchman. You know, click subscribe, like, comment if you don't like us. And thanks for being here. See you in week 4.